You're reading Robbins. You can't score good marks in your internals and in your prof exams. Don't read Robbins. You can't complete it within your second year prof. Do you think these thoughts are completely true? Or just some random erroneous thoughts circling through your mind? Let's find out what is true and what isn't. Pathology is mainly divided into general pathology, systemic pathology and hematology. General pathology forms the basis and it also acts as a foundation for a systemic pathology. For example, if you have in-depth knowledge about neoplasia chapter, it will be a really cakewalk for you for reading any type of cancers thereafter. Coming to systemic pathology, you will be reading in-depth about each and every organ system. Like if you take CVS, RS, what are the pathologies there. In case of CVS, you can read about MI, cardiomyopathies and those tumors like atrial myxoma, rhabdomyosarcomas, etc. Coming into hematology, it is one of my favorite topic because you'll be reading about RBCs, WBCs, platelets, the coagulation disorders, etc. Studying Robbins is so tough. No, it isn't. Very much easy. You must only know how to study it. If you know the way, if you know the correct way how you are going to proceed, then it will be easy for you. For example, if you take point A and point B, there are numerous ways to reach point A from point B or point B from point A. The only thing you have to know is how shortly and how quickly and how correctly you can reach that point. Because if you are slightly deviating from the original path or the shortest path, then you might land up in reaching some other point, or you might land up the same point you want to reach after a very long time. It may consume you most of your time. First and foremost thing we have to know is that we are not going to be body specific or disease specific. We are going to be patient specific. Because when a patient comes to you, you are going to treat the patient based on the history, based on the presenting signs and symptoms. These are known as clinical features. So if you are knowing the clinical features thoroughly, then you can proceed with your probable diagnosis, treatment management, etc. and etc. So if you take your Robbins, first there will be giving some sort of epidemiology, the definition, pathogenesis, microscopic features and morphology, and finally you will be having clinical features. The first and foremost thing you have to do is read the definition. After reading the definition, thoroughly understanding it, then you can go into the clinical features directly. If you are in a second year, you will be seeing lots and lots of cases. So you can correlate what you have read in the clinical features with the cases you are going to the clinics. When you read about the clinical features, you know how the patients are going to present. So you can clearly understand the case very much, which gives you a perfect clear-cut idea what the case is going to be. After reading about the clinical features, then we have to go into the pathogenesis. How the disease is actually happening. Because what abnormality had happened, the disease had actually progressed. What is the starting point of the disease? How this progress? What are the mediators of the disease? What is favoring the disease progression? What is inhibiting the disease progression? So what are the genes involved in it? These are the various concepts you can get through the pathogenesis. Then finally, coming to the treatment part, you can know what are the drugs that are used. For example, in treatment, if we have prostatic hyperplasia, we can give 5-alpha reductase inhibitors like tamsulosin. You can know about what are the surgical and the medical management you can do for in case of each and every disease. This retrospective process, coming back, reading about the definition, coming back to clinical features, going to etiology and etc., will surely help you in easily understanding the disease and easily completing each and every chapter. Next point I want to address is that you must use the flowcharts which are usually available in the Robbins. We must repeatedly go through all those flowcharts because getting all the topics in a one single flowchart will automatically help you to organize the things around it. If you are not having a flowchart, then you must create it. If you are creating it, then easily it will be very much easy for your revision. Finally, if you are having a set of questions, you can easily make out the answers for it, and it will be very much useful for comprehending the entire topic in a single notion. Now I am going to talk about the importance of reading cases. One and only when you go through lot of clinical cases, then you can understand or analyze what are the key points involved in it. The problem of forgetting, not remembering. These are the things I used to hear from my friends. This happens mainly because of not recalling often. We must recall often. That is, active recalling is utmost essential to prevent this volatility. I have even mentioned it in my previous videos. Then note taking is one such great habit we should inculcate. If you are reading Robbins, note taking is a separate process, and I will explain it in another video. You can use a lot of highlighters and this check note, mind maps, and a lot of pictorial representation. You can use algorithms for remembering things. You can use mnemonics. Remembering using mnemonics is one such great process. Coming to exam aspect, preparing from one source, it isn't sufficient. Yes, it isn't sufficient. Each and every source is important for us. How we are acquiring the information, how we are comprehending it, and how we are organizing it is utmost important. So read the theory and make notes from Robbins. Make use of information from Ashmo, and that is the pictorial representation. The source you can use is that WebPath. WebPath is one of finest online medical pages you can see, where you can see lots and lots of images of morphology and also microscopic features, and I think it will be very much helpful. That's all for the video. I hope this video will be really helpful for you all. Hi guys, if you're new to my channel and if you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel and like the video. It will be really encouraging for me to do more videos. See you all in another video. Until then, it's bye from Hema Gautam.